Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby Beyond Forever Sports for today's Varsity Cup Round 3 review, brought to you by NPL, who are powering our entire Varsity Cup campaign. If you'd like to get yourself 100 Rand off of your first order at NPL, check the link in the description and make sure you get involved there. Big shout out to them for bringing to you today's video and our entire 2024 Varsity Cup coverage. Right, round 3, and we're starting to get it's pretty much almost they're just the halfway stage really of the group stages. So very excited to start seeing where teams are, and we've had sort of 2 weeks to get sort of settled into the competition. So now we're starting to sort of identify some early favourites, and the log is starting to sort of take shape. There are 7 rounds in total, so we're just before the halfway stage. Next week will officially be the halfway through the round robin before we move into the semi-finals, the finals, and obviously the playoffs. For sort of promotion, relegation, and that kind of thing as well. Before we go into some of the results, as well as look at the log looking at, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, let's see who had what. Right, so first things first, in the first televised game of the day, we saw CUT beat pretty convincingly UWC, who came back with a couple of tries towards the end to make it a much more palatable score. But in all honesty, Paul Trueside rather, is looking pretty off the pace this season. I was very impressed with what I saw from CUT. Very tricky conditions down in Cape Town. It's very wet, very windy, and probably the worst possible conditions to play rugby in. And CUT, although they went back to basics, they absolutely dominated the scrums. UWC could see, I think it was 5 or 6 cards in total. It was absolutely mental. I think it was 4 yellow cards, a red card. I don't think they won a single scrum. Line wasn't great either, and CUT, well, that's all they needed really, was that sort of set piece ascendancy, and gave UWC an absolute drubbing, really. We then saw the reigning champs lose their first game of the season up against the UFS SHIMLAS, who at Shimla Park at home were very, very impressive. I thought they dominated most of the game, and just when it looked like NW Eagles were making a bit of a counter-attack, the final minute try from Henry van Heerden did seal the victory. It was a 9-point try, so it was actually 26-all in the final stages of the game. So a very impressive win from Shimlas, and you were really good to see how the NW Eagles came back really well, and Shimlas had to really dig deep and find that special moment to get over the line, and what will go down as a Varsity Cup classic. Marty's beat Wits, who have been the most impressive team so far. They were perfect 10 points in the first 2 rounds with Wits, and so it's a very impressive victory for Marty's to go and beat them. If you looked at it, very trying conditions, as I said, once again down in the Cape, and so impressive to see Marty's and UCT use those conditions to their advantage and get victories over their Johannesburg counterparts. So Wits going down 23 points to 12. Ike's beating UJ 32 points 21. UJ struggling to get results despite sort of being in most of the games. They haven't really been outclassed yet or really sort of thrashed, but struggling to get the results. If we look at the fixtures to come, by the way, before we look at the log, this is what we can look forward to in the coming few weeks. And on Monday, we will have the Eagles taking on Wits. That'll be a televised game down in Potchefstroom. The other televised game will be Marty's hosting UJ on Monday. Shimlas will be hosting UWC, and the UC are hosting CUT. So some very nice games to watch out for next weekend. If we then look at the log, this is how things currently stand after 3 rounds. At the top over there, Shimlas with an impressive victory. We're up to 12 points. They are ahead of Wits and Eagles, who currently sit in 10 points, as well as UCT. So it's a 3-way tie for second place. That points difference there, separating those 3 sides. And after that, we've got CUT 9 points, just 1 point back. Martin to 8, and then UJ UWC quite a long way back. UJ really need to find that first win of the season, but at least they have been recording points along the way. Whereas for UWC, well, it's the first season back in Varsity Cup, and if they don't start improving very quickly, they might not be hanging around very long in this tournament. They currently sit with 0 points out of possible 15. And a points difference of minus 107. So let me know who impressed you the most in terms of teams as well as players. Any sort of standouts that you saw. Let me know down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.